Well, it is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. This defense for the Chiefs, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And all of that, nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, 43, 43, 50.
Here's Pacheco once again. The Chiefs at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Mahomes going to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. This is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Well, a nice little sprint there. I guess if you're the defense, the only thing you hold on to, you got him out of bounds, but it's first and goal.
And that's all you can hold on to because they didn't hold on to him very well on that run. He gives them first and goal, as you outlined, with a big-time play.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Mixing up the middle. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the KC crowd can make it very tough. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he will have a touchdown. Dameon Pierce, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Now, their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
It's 4th down.
7-7, our score after 1.
The score tied 7-7.
The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
High down these two. High down these two.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And is caught. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
23-yard line.
Steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
This is part of why this guy's got multiple MVPs on the mantle. We're used to seeing him make the impossible throws, but here Mahomes knows he's got nothing, so he wisely just gets rid of it.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And it'll be intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
Purdy looking to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Purdy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this 3rd drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's a tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Attack!
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Butker's kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Mixon with a first down carry. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 75 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. 2nd down and 3. Again, it's Mixon. The 20. 5. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Joe Mixon. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. That run going to put him over 100 yards now for the ball game as well.
Yeah, he's really had his way so far, and that's just more of the same right here. All he needs, just a little crease, and off he goes.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are once again back in front. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 17-14. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Purdy. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. Still on his feet. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it's second down.
Attack, attack! Brings up second and 10 at the 38-yard line. 57, color. Hey, rip list. Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Called that a very strong gain of 24.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, yellow, hey, go gun, go gun, go gun.
Mahomes now to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. Now it's Mahomes again.
Got his man. It's Thornton.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, it's Pacheco.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
And a good kick pays off as he's only able to get this out past the 10-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here's 3rd and 9.
Yellow.
Now Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. But he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Yellow.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah. Touchdown, Houston. He goes 95 yards to the house on the kick return. And the Texans have got it back to within a score. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's going.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Yellow.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Now 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Pacheco. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Mahomes. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is taken at about the 14. A nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how
Purdy. Another one caught by Collins. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. In motion goes the tight end. Here's Purdy. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
this could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Throwing here, Purdy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Now, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
Yellow.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 97 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
2nd and 10.
Yellow, yellow.
Now here's Mahomes. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Harris. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2nd and 5.
From the gun to give to Mixon. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4. Got to kick it, right? I mean, even the short yardage, you boot this thing, don't you?
Yeah, but I know how aggressive you are. I know what you want. You want to go for it, don't you? You're feeling it, aren't you?
Yeah, but treat it like a football game, not like Madden.
I like that. Fight the temptation, kick the field goal, because if you go for it and don't get it, you put a lot on your defense in a short amount of time.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Yellow. Hey, 43.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Hey, ribble it.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. A give right side for Pacheco. We'll get this up to about the 44.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Here comes 2nd down.
Yellow.
Mahomes.
down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Mahomes.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans take over an excellent field position.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Purdy now to throw. He's to the 15.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown puts them up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a 1-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone.
Now they can't bring him down.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here's 1st and 10.
Hero 15.
Mahomes. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them to completion.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Yellow. My side.
Here's Mahomes.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And got his man complete. And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it. The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the two-point conversion to tie the ball game. And he will get in. The two-point conversion is good. And we may be on our way to overtime.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Fights through and now a crease. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
To throw is Purdy. That ball caught by his rookie wideout.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
Here's 1st down. Here's Purdy to throw.
Finding Walker complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This from long, very long range. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Texans will have the first opportunity here in the overtime session as we are back underway. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Mixing up the middle. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll give it to Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Purdy from the gun. Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all time. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Here's Purdy. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back to the 25. A disastrous loss there on first and goal on the sack. Sets him back big time. So a big one coming here for Ka'imi Fairbairn. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they have regained the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
So only a field goal on that opening drive of overtime. Will that hold up? We'll find out as the kick's away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? The overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
Fire down these two. Hey, 57.
What can Mahomes do now with his overtime drive? Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
I don't think that run was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed, as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
Yellow.
Mahomes. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Mahomes will throw.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Mahomes to throw it.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. And here's your ball game, down 3 in overtime, but they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Come back.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give them a new set of downs.
And you just had the feeling when they took the field for this drive, they meant business. They knew a field goal would keep the game going, but a touchdown would end it here in overtime. And that nearly did it right there. What a play to put them in position to win this ball game.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Will Anderson, his 2nd sack of the night.
It's now 3rd down.
And with just 2 seconds remaining, the timeout is called here in OT. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially get out of here with a tie. And his kick is good. A gut-wrenching moment, but he's able to bang it through from long distance. And they match an earlier OT field goal with one of their own. This one took us deep into the night, but in the end, after 5 quarters, we're unable to determine a winner.
Well, can I say it? I think it's a fair outcome with the kind of game that we had, pretty evenly matched. But here's where it gets tough. Because it was a night game, makes it much shorter on the turnaround, doesn't it? Especially for the visiting team.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Kansas City.
Every time you see me, I look like Bugs. Pound my friends in a big black truck.